So for those of you that are not familiar with the SIPA stands for the International Center of Insect Physiology and Ecology. It's a little over 50 years old. It was started by that first guy. Where's the pointer? Yeah, this Thomas Odeyambo. He started it based on a vision he had in the 60s that he wrote a white paper on with the point of view that African health and food security is best supported by homegrown science and scientific initiatives, and that the most important types of sciences that affect health in Africa and food security are those related to arthropods or insects. So I say arthropods because we actually also study ticks, which are not technically insects. We have, it's an intergovernmental organization. It has over 600 staff from 40 different nationalities. Up to 200 graduate students working at a SIPA at a time, and we have a lot of partners worldwide. The current director, who started in January this year, is Abdou Tenkwano from Burkina Faso, and he just started in January. Yeah. SIPA has 4 thematic units: human health, environmental health, plant health, and animal health. So it's really an original One Health research center. It had the idea of One Health, of the interconnectedness of the environment and animals and humans for health. That concept was embedded in the original idea before the One Health concept really existed. For the IBC, supports projects initially mainly in human health. When we were involved many years ago, it was set up and we were involved many years ago with the Target Malaria Project, but then we ended up not being part of that. But that's why we set up the IBC project over 10 years, the IBC committee over 10 years ago. But it's also served plant health, which has also had some projects involving GMOs. The Institutional Biosafety Committee is, as I said, it was developed to have a framework for monitoring the development of GMOs, that is SIPA, establish criteria for assessing risk associated with projects, and all the basic reasons that we've already discussed. I don't think I'm going to read through them. The IBC committee is a little bit in flux. We had a previous chair that retired, so I am right now currently the interim IBC chair. We meet regularly, although at times we will also meet online or through email, depending on how difficult, what the issues are with a particular risk assessment. As mentioned earlier, as required for IBC committees, we also have community representatives and from the Division of Veterinary Service and CEPHIS, representatives from a number of institutions that are potential stakeholders in the types of work, especially the IBC issues, the biosafety issues associated with the types of work that we may be reviewing. So since March, since our last meeting last year, our IBC has successfully organized for the inspection of our arthropod containment facilities, level 2 facilities by CEPHIS and the National Biosafety Authority, which was passed in June 2023. We carried out risk assessments of work involving biological agents in Brie propolis and antibiotic-resistant bacteria in humans. And we participated in a compilation of 2 dossiers to CEPHIS for the information of importation of parasitoids. So again, plant health has identified specific parasitoids that are effective in reducing plant pests. So for importation and the potential use in the field, we of course also need to have IBC approvals. And we have an IBC lab manual. We also have an IBC management manual, which is over 10 years old, and we were discussing before this meeting with the SIPA group here that we need to review those and update it since a lot has changed in the last 10 years, especially with respect to gene editing and where we are now. So we're going to have a very careful review and update that manual. We will also improve. We don't actually have clear SOPs, even though we have a manual. We don't have a clear SOP of how we're supposed to run, so we're trying to improve that in general with other improvements at our institution, so we'll make sure that we also have simple processes that are more easy to understand rather than here, read this manual. This is what you need to apply and when you need to apply. So we'll make the processes much more transparent in brief SOP format. And we've successfully, the IBC also looked at the renovations of our emerging infectious diseases lab, which was starting to fall apart. Probably did not have the appropriate containment in place anymore that's required for such a lab. So the IBC oversaw the renovations to make sure that the renovations are conducted such that the lab is functional for the purposes. Thank you.